For me, and I hope for most football fans, nights like tonight at Villa Park are what football is all about. Aston Villa, massive underdogs against Bayern Munich, managed to get a 1-0 win. What an atmosphere from the start. Aston Villa, to me, feel like one of the only Premier League teams left, or at least top 10 Premier League teams, that have still got that authentic, raw atmosphere, a fantastic fan base, and I just absolutely love to see them beating a team like Bayern Munich tonight. For reference, I'm a Leeds fan. I'm not even an Aston Villa fan. And we've had some bitter games over the years, but it gives me hope. I think that this leads to a bigger point about how we don't want the Premier League to become a closed shop. But before we get onto that, let's talk about tonight's game. Unbelievable performance from Aston Villa. If you look at the stats, it paints the picture that Bayern Munich dominated the game. They had 70% possession. They had 17 shots in comparison to Villa's 5 shots. So there's a big difference there. But in reality, when you watch the game, it didn't feel like Bayern Munich dominated it. There was a few periods, there was a few times in and around the box where they got a few shots off at once, which kind of paints a false narrative within those stats. But for me, Villa executed their game plan perfectly. Unai Emery is an absolute master when it comes to European football. He's seen glory multiple times now, and I think he can take Aston Villa quite far in this competition. And I think it's such a smart appointment. Overall, the board at Villa have done a fantastic job. They've brought in the right players for years now. They've got rid of the right players. Even someone like Ross Barkley, who came on as a substitute tonight. I think they paid, what, 5 million or something for him from Luton. And he just looked like he fit straight in. He's gone from playing for Luton last season to playing against Bayern Munich in the Champions League today. And he really didn't look out of place. But not just him, someone like Yuri Tielemans, who had a fantastic time at Leicester. When he first came to Villa, looked a little bit overweight, looked a bit lazy. But Unai Emery's turned him into that former self again. He looks incredible. I think, again, he'd play for pretty much every team in the Premier League, or he'd at least get minutes. Maybe not at Manchester City when Rodri's fit, but at most teams, Tielemans would fit right in. Arsenal were in for him for a long time, and Villa are truly finding a way to get the best out of him. But let's have a second for that Juran goal. Oh my goodness. It was only about 5 minutes before the commentators mentioned how Neuer's always off his line, that's how he always plays. There was a joke around, for 65% of his Bayern Munich career, he's not even been in the penalty box. And he's been a king at that. And Neuer will go down as one of the best goalkeepers of all time. And you don't change your tactics based on, pacey players or different players coming on the pitch. But that was special from Juran. To have the balls to come on as a substitute at his age and hit it from there, flies over Neuer from about 35 yards out. Oh my God. It absolutely went off in Villa Park. And I'll get onto it. I think as a lower league football fan, as a Leeds fan, because I have been lower league for the majority of my life, it doesn't feel like that long ago Aston Villa were in the Championship. And this is one of the quickest rises to a certified top half Premier League team that I have seen in a long time. To be honest, I'm thinking, when we're looking into the future, is there really going to be a time in the next couple of years where a team like Manchester United can really overtake Aston Villa again? Obviously, they've got new ownership, but the position in which Villa are in is unbelievable, and they've put themselves there without breaking the rules. They've had to let go of some of the better players in the last couple of years, some talents that didn't cost much. Ollie Watkins has turned into one of the best strikers in the world in the last couple of years. You can debate that fact, but same goals and assists as Haaland last year, and he just consistently produces. It's a shame he didn't get in the Euros team a little bit more, because I think we did a hell of a lot better. Come on. But no, Aston Villa, I don't see them being knocked off this throne. I don't think that there's anyone who can stop what they're doing right now. And I love to see it. And it gives me a lot of hope. Leeds were above Aston Villa a couple of seasons ago in the Premier League, and now we're back playing against bloody Plymouth in the Championship. But a team like that, with history, with a strong fan base, does have an opportunity to make it this far. And for nights like tonight, that is what it's all about. There'll be people there, grandfathers, fathers, that saw Aston Villa do so well and play in European competitions in the past. They got to take the kids today They got to take their kids to go see Villa beat Bayern Munich, and we need more of that. We need more of these teams, not even just ones that used to be massive, more smaller teams coming up and challenging the hierarchy of the Premier League. And I really, really don't want it to become a closed shop. It worried me last season when we saw all three teams that came up go straight back down. I don't want that to be the case again this year. I think Ipswich have got a decent chance of staying up, but I do think Leicester and Southampton will go straight back down. But that stops moments like this. We need a bit more money floating around the whole of the football leagues so that teams can have the opportunity to do this and provide these unbelievable moments for their fans, because it's what everyone dreams of. Let's speak about Bayern Munich. An incredible lineup. They've got the likes of Harry Kane, Gnabry, Sane coming off the bench. You know, the defence has always been top class. You saw it a few times tonight with Alphonso Davies just absolutely pacing the life out of everyone. Neuer still is and will forever be one of the best goalkeepers in football history. The attack tonight didn't really do it for me. They created a few opportunities. I thought up to that header right at the end, Harry Kane was a complete ghost. I worry about Kane sometimes. I don't know why. When I watch Harry Kane, I just think, is he ever actually going to win anything? Or could he be a cursed footballer? You would assume Bayern Munich in the league this year, and by the way, this just makes the win for Aston Villa even more impressive, have scored 17 goals in 5 games, of which they've won 4 of. The only draw came against Leverkusen the other day. So this is Vincent Kompany's first loss, and Bayern Munich have been on an absolute rampage. Maybe that shows the levels between the most Bundesliga teams and most Premier League teams, when Aston Villa, who haven't had the greatest start to the Premier League season, a draw with Ipswich at the weekend, can then go and beat Bayern Munich. But they'll still remain favourites, or in most people's top 4 to win the competition, just because of that European pedigree that they've got. And there were moments tonight where you thought, okay, they're putting a few good passes together. I mean, Martinez in net for Villa. Villa fans, if you're watching, let me know, how much do you love that man? Because it seems for Aston Villa and for Argentina, he is the most loved player at the club. He's a character, and he's not just a character, he's a fantastic goalkeeper. Most goalkeepers have a fair few mistakes in him, and he, has the odd blunder, but the amount of match-saving saves that man makes is off the charts. I don't know if I've seen a goalkeeper do it more often for club and country than Emmy Martinez. I would give a lot of money to have him at my club, and you've got a special player there. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe as well. Going to be posting content about the Champions League, Premier League, Championship and football around the world, so I'd appreciate it if you can hit those buttons. But on to Villa, the stars of the night. It was a substitute that won the game for them. It's the 4th time he's done it this season. What a player. I don't know when he's actually going to start. But if you compare their lineup to Bayern Munich's, Rodgers, Ramsey, good players, but they're not on the same level as Gnabry, etc. Or maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe they are on the same level. They did just beat Bayern Munich. I still have this false image in my head that just because they play Villa, they maybe aren't as good. But to be honest, I think if Villa went and played in the Bundesliga, they'd definitely come top 2, potentially even win it. So I might just be fooling myself there. But what a performance from them today. The tactics from the start of the game were absolutely spot on. You practically wouldn't change a thing, would you? And I think that Emery's just done that time and time again. They defended so well. They stopped Bayern Munich having any out-and-out chances practically till the last, quarter of the game, which, given the attacking line that they have, is an achievement within itself. And I think if I was a Villa fan, I'd be backing not only this ownership, but this management team and the squad itself all the way to the top. I genuinely think if they carry on this trajectory, they will just become a solidified top 4 Premier League team. They've got some of the richest owners in English football, in world football, in fact. There's no reason that if they play the cards right, they can't stay above the likes of Manchester United. Even like Chelsea, I know, doing quite well right now and also have really rich owners, but I think that their transfer strategy in the long run could harm them a lot. So I think Villa could be leaps and bounds above them. It's only really City, Arsenal. Newcastle haven't really been able to spend much. I suppose over the course of the coming years, they're hopefully going to be in the same position as Villa. Actually, are Villa or Newcastle in a better position right now? It's a good debate. Let me know, who do you think is in the better position? Because for me, I look at the way that Villa play. It's exciting. It feels fresh. They've not spent a huge amount of money still. And I think, yeah, they've got it. I think Emery's a better manager than Eddie Howe. I don't even think that should be a controversial opinion in any way. But yeah, what a game tonight. I'm partially jealous. It should have been me. It should have been me and Leeds United in this position if we'd have reinvested. But on a serious note, a massive appreciation for Aston Villa and their fan base. I don't want to fucking glaze them too much because it's not what I'm here to do, but I like an old school ground. I like an old school fan base where there's not much tourism. The chants are there all game. The atmosphere at the start was incredible. Everyone's staying till the end to support the players. Everyone's not just diving to go get the car as quickly as possible. And it's just what English football is all about. Tonight epitomised that, and I can't wait to see them play again. I really hope they go quite far in this competition and manage to get top 4 again in the Premier League. But anyway, that's enough of me glazing Villa. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember, hit like, hit subscribe, and I will see you again very soon. Peace.